What do you remember from going to Japan?
Absolutely scared. Had no idea what to do with myself, and the first match, I was with a really, really tall gal named Pink Cadillac against Kondori Shinobu, which she was like the gold medalist in judo. So never been to Japan, came off the airplane, culture shock times 10,000, and stayed in a very old style Japanese hotel, and I loved it. Thought it was the best thing that ever happened, but I was so scared, and I didn't have much experience.
How long have you been working to this point?
No, I mean, we're talking like a couple of weeks snippets.
Wow.
Like a little bit of training, and then you were thrown out in the. It reminds me of the first time and the only time that I ever went skiing. Never had skis on, and you got taken up to the 5 diamond runs or whatever, and somebody pointed at the hill and went, "There's your way down," and you're like, okay. So wrestling was always like that for me. The training was, I got those spurts with Brad Rangan, and then you had a few moments to try to pull something together. So it never felt like it looked very good.
As far as Japanese style, was it a lot stiffer than the American style?
Oh God, yeah. And it was working the opposite side of the body. You worked more to the left side of the body than the right side of the body. And hell, I hadn't even gotten a grip on the right side of the body. And the girls were great. There was a real strong sense of honesty about them, because, if they didn't like you, they didn't pay attention to you. And I just didn't know what to do. Pink Cadillac, the Gaijin, or the American gal that I was working with, I don't know whether she was nervous about me being there or what was going. So I didn't know I didn't know the history of what she was doing with Kondori. And so we got to the match, and they started like fighting outside of the ring. And they were running all over the place. And I stood, because I really didn't know if I was her mate. I didn't know what the hell I was supposed to do. And I remember Brad Rangans had gotten word of that, and he talked to Tour of LPWA, and I was talking to Tour on the phone, and said, I think I blew it. I didn't go out there. I was just kind of like shell shocked. I had no idea what to do. So yeah, I'm sure like an ass. And it's horrible. I can't believe anybody had me back.
Who else was over there, girl-wise, when you were there?
It would be, then I would meet Debbie Malenko. And I went over because it was, I think you said the name, LLPW.
Right.
LLPW. And that company, I wanted the work, but the work wouldn't be consistent enough. And a guy that did magazines and interviews and stuff, Fumi Saito.
I know Fumi. Okay.
Yeah. And he knew of us coming over, and he would bleed in from time. He knew of us from Minnesota, from Brad Rangans. And he got me the connection to All Japan Women. And so I went over there, and then they had me. And that was when I finally started getting ring experience and started to work, and got the work consistently.
Was Toyota there when you were there?
Yes, Toyota. She was one of the prime Aja Kong Toyota. Bull Nakano was on her way. She was looking at retiring. And Kyoku, in a way. Yeah. And yeah, the great cast at that time. Just a great league. They were definitely the best of the best. They were phenomenal.
Right.
Absolutely phenomenal, and very. They were firm with me, but they could definitely see that stage fright was a thing, and very supportive. I like to train hard, so they, I guess, could see that I had heart or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So they continued to work with me, and I'm so glad. They're legends,
Big time. How long were you in Japan for?
I did a 3-month, came back. Then I got to stay for 6 months, and I don't know, it's why, it went on for a while.
Wow, you stayed over there for 6 months straight, or?
Yeah, 6 months straight. And I stayed through Christmas. It was great. And Debbie Malenko, she was in the apartment across the hall, and she's another person whom I learned a lot from, and owe a huge debt of gratitude, because she helped me so much. So.
Did you have any social life over there, or was it pretty much just work?
Not so much. In the first... the Japanese girls were great, and we got to go do karaoke and stuff like that. And Debbie was great. We used to watch Wayne's World all the time. That was the only movie that seemed like we had with this. I remember one month we watched it like 62 times or something, just back to back. And so yeah, it was fun to do stuff with her and go to the gym and no, it was, yeah, those are great times, really great times.
Did All Japan Women have a dojo?
Yeah, they did.
Did you ever go to it at all? Or?
They did. Well, the training was on the road, so we were. When you were with All Japan Women, it would be like 6 days on the road, 1 day off, 7 days out, 2 days back home, then 21 days out, 4 days back at your apartment. And the dojo, the ring, it was not much of a ring. I mean, it was pretty much on the cement. But the girls would work with me in the ring, learning the ukemi, the bumps, rolling and drills. And they started to teach me how to box a little bit. And that was really neat. I wanted to get more into that, and then I dislocated my shoulder for the first time.
Wow.
And so I think if that would not have happened, I definitely would have liked to have pursued the boxing more. It was something that I felt that stage fright wasn't there as much when I was doing that. It seemed something to come through my body a little bit better.
As far as the training goes in the dojos over there, I seen a documentary. I think it was the Gaia Girl documentary. And they're really stiff and hard on the girls.
Oh God, yeah.
Young girls.
Jesus Christ, yeah, that was hard to watch. I remember Aja Kong, one of the gals that was kind of in our group, because I would be in the tags. Aja was on my team, and I was in her crew, and I remember one night her going out with one of the the first time that I ever saw 2 matches with her against the New Faces, and I was like, what the that was hard to watch.
Right.
I mean, because it was a beating. It was a beating. But they did it. I remember Aja talking to me, it's okay, that's the way it goes. And I remember thinking, man, I as horrifying as it was, I should be coming up a New Face. And I remember asking about that as I'd heard it. Debbie Malenko was friends with Chris Benoit and some of the men that they went through the New Face program at Inoki's group, I think, and Baba's group, and they got, and I thought, man, that's how I'll really learn, if they could let me do this. And I mean, as horrifying as it was to watch, at some level, I thought if I can do that, I'm going to break through this stage fright thing, and I could be valid and be in there.
Right. Were you able to do it?
No, I mean, they worked with me more after that, for sure. But it never really came around. That's when I started boxing, and then I dislocated my shoulder.
How long were you out for after that injury?
That was, after I dislocated, it was...
Did you go back to the States, or did you stay over there?
I came, my knee was an ongoing thing. My knee was an ongoing thing, and I would be coming back and forth, and I had my knee scoped several times. And then the shoulder surgery, yeah, that was my last time. Okay. That I went to Japan.
Going back to Japan real quick, did you get to go to any of the New Japan or All Japan house shows, the guy shows at all, or no?
Yeah, I went to a few, and they were phenomenal. Yeah. Phenomenal. Tokyo Dome. And awesome. Who was running out? Somebody one of my favorite, the Great Muda. Jesus, wow. He was like the bomb. And watching him run out that forever aisle.
Right.
Yeah, at the Tokyo Dome, because the Tokyo Dome is insane.
Show? Is that what you went to? The big, one of the big shows?
It was huge. Reggie and I went, Reggie Bennett, and wow. And Debbie Malenko. Wow. And he hauled ass the entire time down that long runway. It was huge.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Watch thousands of exclusive shoot interviews right now on TitleMatchNetwork.com.